All right, hello and welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to be building out a new game today. So, if you've been following along, I started out building a racing game for the Lego Ninjago GameJam with Unity, but I've decided after going through and playing it and building it that it really wasn't that much fun, and I want to try something else. I've got another concept for a game that I think we can probably get completely working in the next couple hours. And I think it'll be a lot more fun, a lot more interesting, and probably a lot of fun to just watch me build as well. If you got ideas along the way, please make sure that you share them and everything. But before I dive into it, I want to just give you a quick preview of what I'm thinking for the game type. So let me just switch to desktop mode real quick and jump in. I've got a little preview of what I was experimenting with before that's not using the Lego Ninjago theme. This is essentially a character running back and forth here with the ability to jump. So jump up here and then try to essentially climb up to the top of a tower is the idea. So have to jump up to the top of the tower, I think again to get to Leloid's birthday party. And I would build up an entire thing with some obstacles and things that we can collect along the way. I think it would be pretty interesting, a lot of fun to build and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to do today. At least that's the plan. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that. And if you're interested in more learning stuff, don't forget to check out the architecture course or all of my other videos down below. All right, let's get started by just making a new project. Well, first I want to say hi to everybody in chat, and then we'll get started by making a new project because I've already got a little bit of the stuff here, and I want to just show you from scratch how we'll build it, and then we'll go through the entire process. So I'm going to open up the new Unity hub. Here we go. I've got the new version of the hub. I'm just going to make a brand new project, and I'm going to call this Ninja Tower. I'll put it in my projects folder that I've got off my root drive. This is a brand new drive, so it's relatively empty. There we go. We'll pop that right into there, and we'll create a Ninja Tower project. So we can start straight from scratch and not have anything that you're missing. You have all of the steps to kind of build this along the way. And also, if you want to join in on the game jam, it's still open until, what is it, November 5th. So you can sign up and just submit a game. The rules aren't too complicated. Just use the Lego stuff. Don't use other Lego stuff or don't use any other IP stuff. Really just Ninjago assets and non-other people's IPs. And then, yeah, no weapons and blood and all that kind of stuff. You can go check out the rules. So they're linked down below. I've gone over them a couple times before. Maybe I should go over them while we're importing all these assets because this seems like it's going to take a minute. So, oh, look at that. We're already up and running. Let's pull the window over here then. And the first thing I need to do is pull in the Ninjago assets. So right now I've got, let's see, do I have the, I don't even have the Lego package. That's weird. Did I not create a Lego minigame asset? I might not have. Let me try that again. Let's hit new project. I created a 3D. I need to create a Lego micro game project. So here we go. We'll call this Ninja Tower 2, or just call it Ninja Tower. I'm just going to delete the other one. Let's go to the projects folder. We'll just delete out that other Ninja Tower one. And I'm going to recreate it as a Lego micro game. If you don't see the Lego micro game option, by the way, there you go, get that to autocomplete. If you don't see the Lego microgame option, make sure that you have an LTS editor version installed. If you don't have the LTS one, I don't think this option is available. I'm pretty sure you don't see it if you only have like Unity 2021 installed. So get the 2020 LTS and you'll be able to build it. All right, let's create it one more time. Get our actual Ninja Tower project with our Lego microgame. And we'll see how this one comes out. Okay, Josh likes my good choice on the pivot and stuff. So I think that the racing game it just wasn't going to be very fun. When I was playing through it and trying to figure out how to make it more interesting, it felt a lot like the example games that were already there, like the one touch sample game where you're just kind of running forward, and it didn't seem like the kind of thing where you could really get better. This seems like the kind of thing where you could play and then kind of get better until you get up to the top of the tower or something. That does remove a time limit, or maybe make it so that we need to have like a time limit or some other thing to speed it up, or I don't know, maybe prevent you from playing indefinitely. But I think that it puts the skill part back in, which will be a lot more fun. All right, so let's pull this thing in anytime now. It's gonna take a minute to import this Lego asset. I was wondering why that other one seemed quicker than I was thinking. I was expecting it to go longer, so it's gonna take what, about probably another 30 seconds. No, it was 2 2 seconds. Not even long enough for me to take a drink. All right, so the asset's in there, the package is in, and it's got the tutorials and the playground scene options already popping up. I'm gonna close those and I'm gonna pull in the Ninjago pack now. So go to the package manager, and I've already grabbed the Ninjago pack from the asset store, so I should see it in my assets. If I go to my assets and just search for Lego, Lego, there we go, little ninjas, Ninjago, import. We'll pull these guys all in, get the entire package. And then I'm going to start by just making an empty scene. So I want to make a 2D game, and we're going to set up a 2D camera, but I'm going to need to set up some ground. I think what we'll use for the ground is just going to be one of these rocks here. Let's take a peek at these as soon as it finishes importing. You see, they just have a couple rocks that they've flipped upside down to use as assets for the ground, and I think I'm just going to use exactly that, and then I'll just put something in the background, kind of like I did in that example with the little was it a pizza guy or a firefighter or something? I forget which one it was in there. But anyway, we've got our Ninjago assets imported. Let's take a look at this rock here. Yeah, this is rock 3, and it's flipped over 180 on the X. All right, so I think that's what I'm going to use as my default too. So I'm going to make a new scene. We'll make it a basic built-in scene. And then the first thing I want to do is find my rock asset for my ground. So I'm just going to search for rock. I'll take rock 3, drop it into the world, reset the transform position so it's at 0, 0, 0. There we go. And then flip it over 180 on the X. All right, now I'm going to create a character, or actually let's add a material to it. Let's go select one of those rock materials that is already there. No, at the medium, I think. There's a light, medium, and dark. I'll start with medium. All right, now I'm going to take one of the Lego characters. So the add-ons, I want to go to the prefabs folder and find the minifigs, and I want Lloyd to be my main character, so I'll drop him in at the 0, 0, 0. Let's reset his transform so it goes to zeros. There we go, and then I'm going to move this ground piece down so that it's below the Lloyd. The transform center of this, or the pivot of it, is in the middle of this big giant rock, so it's making it so that I need to move this down, I think probably like 92. Let's see, negative 92 meters. Oh, 91.5. No, 92.5. 92.25. Let's see, is that touching? Oh, maybe it should be 92. Yeah, I think that's actually good. Yeah, negative 92 looks like a good size for this default size of this rock 3 to get the collider right there. Speaking of colliders, I should probably add a collider. Let's just add a mesh collider. I could also just add a box collider. In fact, I could probably just have a flat plane now that I think about it, because the way I'm going to set up my camera, a flat plane would probably work fine too, but let's just leave it this way for now. I'm going to go grab one of those towers now. Actually, I want to see what buildings are in this Ninjago kit. So let's go to the models folder. Buildings. Oh, that's right. It has a temple, another temple, and a sea temple. I don't want those. I want those towers. And I think that the towers are inside of the Lego, and then probably prefabs, and I'm going to guess models, buildings. Yeah, tower. There we go. I'll take a tower. I'm going to drop it out at 0, 0, 0. And then I'm going to move it. Let's just move it along the z-axis here. So to maybe like let's go to like 15. And then I'm going to duplicate that tower and put another one at negative 15. So take this one, move it to negative 15. Kind of build that out as my my level there, or my area. Let's see what that looks like though in my camera view. So if I go to my game view, you see that, well, it looks terrible right now. So let's change this up. Let's add a Cinemachine 2D camera. I'm going to go to Cinemachine, create a 2D camera. Now I've got a 2D view of nothing because I don't have a follow set. So I'll take my character Lloyd and make him the follow character, or the follow target. And then let's see, I switched this to a 2D camera. Is my camera in orthographic mode? No, let's switch to orthographic. And then let's where did I pull it out? That's right, over here we'll pull it out. So I want to pull the distance out on the X. No, how did I do this before? Let me think. trying to think what I wanted to do here. On this zoom. First, I guess we'll go to the, okay, we'll pull out the orthographic size. Why is it, oh, okay, it's angled there. Okay, that's, it looks weird. This angle was not what I was thinking it was at. I want this to be at about a -90. There we go. It's partially because of the position of my camera there. And then let's move this up a little bit. I'm thinking something around like that. Oh wait, that's the rotation. I was trying to pull the follow offset up. No, wait, which one am I looking at? Getting myself mixed up here again. Let me go look at my other one. Let's take a peek at this. I had the other one that I set up a minute ago. I wanted to go earlier today, I guess. Go check it out. What did I have here that I have missed on my settings on my camera? And my main camera was set to orthographic with a size of 15. You know what I think I did is I set it up in here first. Let's jump back over to that. So I'm going to jump back over to my Ninja Tower. And I'm pretty sure when I set up my camera, the orthographic size is matching. What have I missed? Let's see what's going on in chat real quick. Yeah, so let's take a quick peek at chat for a second. So people are saying that the mini games, one of the things they want you to do is use the blocks and stuff, the behavior blocks. We're going to use a couple of those along the way in this now. I just need to figure out what I did with my camera real quick with my Cinemachine virtual camera to mess up my follow offset. Why is my tracked object? Okay, so the offset's right there, and then the angle down about there. Okay, let's build up the towers. I think the problem that I'm having is that I'm visualizing this without all of the rest of my towers and with things a little. What's my Lloyd character rotated at to? Okay, I want to set him up now. Let's make him run back and forth and do the jumping, and I'm going to add in a background too. Actually, let's do the background first. That's going to clear things up for me a lot. So I'm going to go to Game Object. I'm just going to make a cube. And I'm going to go to the scene view real quick. I'm going to reset the transform position of it. In fact, I probably just get rid of this whole big giant rock that I set up, but that's okay. I'm going to move the cube over here, and then I'm going to scale it up. So drag out not the X. Let's take the Z. There we go. And then we'll grab the Y and make it nice and tall. So here I've just got essentially a background, and that's what I want is kind of a nice tight background. I want to pull that in closer to the towers here. It's about right there. And then change the material to something, maybe I'll go with a red. Right now, the last one I just went with, I think I used somebody's pelvis. Yeah, hip crotch, Stone Army Scout. So I use that as the background red color right now. This is looking closer to what I was thinking. All right, now I can take my towers and go to the scene view. Let's duplicate these towers and make them a bit taller, and then I'll probably move them out and separate them a bit. So I'm going to duplicate them both. And then move duplicating two of them at a time is a little bit difficult because they don't really support good batch edit mode. But if I select both of them and then I go to the end here and do plus 15, it should move them up exactly 15 meters above. But I think what I want to do is really set these to 0 on the transform height, 0, and then set these to exactly 15 instead of this weird 14 point whatever. Then I'll duplicate them again. And let's make these ones be at 30. There we go. Some towers that I can use. Let's separate these out into right and left towers. So these 1, 2, and 3 are the left towers. I'll move those down to the end. And then I think I want to move these over just a little bit. So I'm going to take my game view, make it side by side so I can see it alongside with my scene view. And then I'll move them over. So I hit W, go to move mode, and drag them over right here. So I've got towers on that edge. And I'll take my right side towers, select them, get them all kind of aligned together, select them all, and then drag them over here to the right-hand side. All right, that is looking much, much closer to what I was thinking. Now, I do want to pull my camera in a bit. Where's my virtual camera? So I want to bring in which one is it? That offset right there. I want to bring up that offset so that it's above the character. Let's take the game view, pull it over here, you can see it. So if I take this offset right here and pull it up and have the center of the screen be, what are we at, about 10 meters above my character's head. So if I hit play, it's just going to focus the camera about 10 meters over my character's head, which is, I think, about the view I want. Okay, I'm playing right now, you can't tell. Let's make him run now. So I'm going to go select my character, and this is just the default minifig character that they include with the Lego kit there. It's got all of the default components on it. I'm going to go collapse them down. And then I'm going to add in a one button minifig. Let's see, one button minifig controller script. This will override the minifig controller script, so I can remove that. In fact, I think if I don't remove it, it's probably going to cause problems. This is going to be like my one button version of Lloyd. So let's select his prefab, and I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call this Lloyd one button. And I just keep calling him Lloyd because that's what his dad calls him. So let's just drag this out into the assets folder. And I'll make it an original prefab. So I got my Lloyd one button. All right, so there he is. He's got the one button minifig controller script instead of the minifig controller script. And the one button one allows us to do a couple cool things, which is move, rotate, and jump. I guess it allows us to do 3 cool things and allows us to do them at different times, either on start when we press a button or when we release the one button. That's why it's called the one button script. All I want to do here is run continuously. So for the start game, I'm going to pick move and pick continuously. You can also do distance to make them just move a certain distance and then stop. So just move until it gets to that point. You can set a speed and acceleration. I don't want him to rotate because I'm just going back and forth. I don't want him doing any spinning. Otherwise, he would run around in 3D space. And then when I press the button, I want to jump. So I click the jump button. I'm going to save my scene, and let's call this tower jump. I just beat my scene and threw it in the root. Kind of lazy, but that's okay for now. Let's hit play and watch our little Lloyd go running. There he goes. He runs and he can jump. Now he ran right past that tower, probably because he's just not lined up with it. Let's go take a look at the positions here. Okay. Well, I guess because technically he can fit right underneath there. So what do I want him to do on these towers? So I want it to look like he's just running up and jumping off the edge of it, and the players can't see the side of it. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to add a collider right there, or I could just pull them up. Let's pull it forward. Let's make this thing, take our towers, all of them, and we'll just drag them forward a tiny bit so that he actually does collide with the collider at first. There we go. So now he'll collide with that back collider. Let's hit play and try it. He runs over and he stops on the collider. Cool. And if I hit the button, he jumps, and I can double jump, because if we look at Lloyd, go find him, you see that max number of jumps in the air is set to 1. I can crank that up to like 5 and then do 5 jumps and jump way, way, way high. But I think that 1 is good. I think I also want to pull the tower back because I want his feet to be at the front of that tower there. So let's stop playing. I'm going to take all of these towers and just reposition them so that the back collider, or the front collider, is hitting him instead of the back collider right there. So let's try it like that. Let me see what this looks like. That might be a little bit weird because now it's clipping into the wall. Kind of is. I feel like that's kind of losing a little bit of. Here, let me Y to redo. Select all those. Move. So the undo and redo with this thing is a little bit strange, by the way. I'm just going to move Lloyd out so that he's aligned. There we go. Now he should collide with him just fine. I could also just add some colliders there. In fact, that's what I'm going to do in just a second. So let's run over here. Bam. And I stop on it. Okay, cool. So that is closer to what I want. Actually, I think I'm just going to move him back over in a second. Now, what do I want to do next? I want to put in a way to turn him around so that when he reaches the end, he'll go flip all the way back around and just face the other direction. So just switch directions back and forth. And I think there are a couple ways that I could do this. I could do it with some blocks. I could set up a trigger block that looks for the player, and then when they get close enough, run something. I think I would have to set up some code to do the actual flip. I'd still have to make a block that will flip the character or rotate him instantly. But then I would have to set up a bunch of those. And really, I want this to be 2 things that are on the sides of the screen. There are a couple other options. I could just write some code. I mean, the easiest, quickest solution is just write some code. If the position gets too far this way, it flips over. If the position gets too far that way, it flips over. Very similar to some simple Flappy Bird code. I mean, it could be a 3-liner on here. If the X position is too high, or the X position, or Z, whichever one it is that we're moving on here. It looks like it's X, right? Yeah. So we could say if the X or Z position, sorry, I was wrong. If the Z position is greater than 18, flip the position. If it's less than -18, flip the direction. And that would, honestly, that would work just fine. Another option, though, that gives us a little tiny bit more flexibility would just be to use some colliders, like a trigger that we could set up, and we could place them here and here and have them just flip it. And that way, if we wanted to do like a split wall in the middle, we could just do a split wall like right here that kind of flips you, and you're on one side or the other, but you're not on both. I think that's a little bit more flexible, a lot less hard-coded, and probably a better route to go. So let's make a scripts folder and create a script to do exactly that. Oh, I just created a script instead. Let's call this rotate on trigger enter. And I'm going to create the scripts folder and move that into there. So right click, create a new folder, scripts, and drag that rotate on trigger enter into scripts. Then I'll go take my Leloid 1 button. And I don't want to take him. I want to create a new empty game object. Or let's create a cube. A cube will be easier to track. So I got a cube. We'll reset the transform position back to that 0, 0, 0. Drag it over here. And then I'm going to hit T and go into the transform edit mode. So I can just drag the top here instead of rescaling it and repositioning it. Just drag the top all the way up until it looks like it's at about the height that I want. There we go. If I hold control, I can get a little bit of snapping there, but I'm not too worried about it. Then I'll drag it over this way as well so that it covers that whole thing. So now whenever I walk over and touch this block, I should be able to fire off my code if I check the is trigger box. So I checked is trigger, then I'm going to go into scripts and assign that script. So go find our cube, our rotate on trigger enter script attached. Now let's go write the code for our rotate on trigger enter, which should open up Writer for us. Let's see. Writer is going to pop up in just a second. I'm going to take a drink and check out chat. And also just ask everybody, if you're still watching, please hit the thumbs up button or go share the stream somewhere. It helps a lot and I appreciate it and gets more people in here, get more cool ideas and stuff. Let's see what's going on in chat here. A little bit of chat about behavior block still. Is there a Discord? There is a Discord server. I'll see if I can share that in the description later. And then people just saying hello. Well, hello out there, everybody. And oh, that's cool. Good to hear you're working in a Unity job. That's awesome. Congrats. All right, so it should be. Did it open up? Oh, so this is what happened. Writer popped up off screen asking me if it was okay to trust and open it, and I didn't hit anything, so it was just sitting there waiting for me. Writer wasn't slow; it was me that was slow. All right, so we've got our rotate on trigger enter script here. Let's write out the code for it. First, I'm just going to minimize the project view. Don't need that, and then we'll zoom everything in and get rid of that error message. It's importing and updating. It takes a second the first time through. It's going to recognize everything. All of these things are starting to get color coded, and I see it all just kind of pop up in a second. I'm going to get rid of start and update though, and since this is a trigger enter script, I'm just going to add an on trigger enter. I mean, I know it's trigger enter because that's what I named it, and that's what my plan was. So on trigger enter, we want to check to see if we hit the player. To do that, we can just check the tag on the player. So we can do other.compare tag, and we'll check it against player. If that is true, so if the other thing that went into our trigger is the player, we'll just rotate that thing. So say other.transform.rotate, and we'll rotate it 0 on the X, 180 F on the Y, so 180 on the Y, or all the way around on the Y, and 0 on the Z. That's it. Let's go get rid of these using statements, that extra line there, save, and then let's jump over to Unity and try it out. We should see, that's the code for one of the other ones. We should see it now work. You should be just kind of like run up to it and then turn around. Boing, look at that. He bounces back and forth and then he can jump. That was simple, right? All right, let's duplicate this bounce wall. In fact, let's just call it bounce wall. It's my bounce wall, or let's call it a rotate wall or turnaround wall. Because it's not really bouncing or rotating, it's literally turning them around. So I want to be more explicit. And hit W, go into move mode, duplicate it, and move the other one over to here. Now I can just select both of those and turn off the mesh renderers. I've got some nice little clear invisible walls that he should bounce off of back and forth. Boing. Oh, look at that. Boing. And he just kind of flips around. I mean, I might want to move it in a little bit because it seems like he's hitting it a little bit before he gets to the tower. So I'll go select these walls and just move those colliders in just a tiny bit more, so they're a little bit more flush with it. That's a little too much. Maybe just like that. And then I do the same with the other one. Now, I could also just turn off the colliders on the towers. And then I can move it in so that he actually goes into the tower a little bit instead of getting stopped by the tower. Let me just make sure that that works. Then he runs back and forth. And then we'll set up some obstacles. I like I can see the hips down there of the character. It's an interesting one. All right, so jump. Looking good. Okay, so let's stop playing. And then I want to make a couple more changes here. So I've got this rock. I'm going to scale this up. It's a little small. And it's I can see the edges of it. I want to get rid of that. I also want to make this cube in the background a lot wider. So I take that Z and just drag it out. So that way I never see anything outside of the red area there on my view. I want to pull the camera angle down a little bit and get rid of this bottom part view. Actually, you know what? Maybe I want to do something else there. Maybe instead of that cube there, I want to change, or instead of the rock here. Let's see, if I just replace the rock and I just make another cube. Let's just do another game object and do another 3D cube here that I reset the transform on. Let's see, reset. And let's go assign let's just go give it that same rock material. Oops, definitely cancel. I don't know. Oh, I think I went into prefab edit mode or something there for a second, or almost did. And then let's scale this thing way up. Whoosh. Got just this nice big block here. And then we go to our game view. I'm thinking what I was going to do is just cut the beginning of it off right here and then have it be kind of like a corner. So it's like a ledge that you're standing on. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just pull the camera up. Decisions, huh? Like, what do I want to do here? I just pull it up here, and then that part will never show, or just angle the camera down a little bit more. I don't want to angle it down too much. I want to angle it down just... Actually, I don't even know if I want to angle it down at all. I might want to keep it just kind of straight. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll keep it straight, and then I'll go... Let's go to the scene view. We'll go take this block, drag it up here so that the bottom of it is right there, and then pull in this one here. Man, drag that over there. Whoosh. Let's get the game view up side by side and drag it over. Do I want to do it that way? I feel like I worry too much about this little stuff that I don't need to. I'm just going to change the angle back and drag this. Yeah. Because I don't want to set up materials yet. I want to get some more gameplay stuff going. Let's drag this guy up here. Actually, let's make a material. Let's do it. I got to stop being lazy when it comes to the art stuff. So let's make a folder for this, and we'll call this materials. And then inside of here, I'm going to make a couple. I'm going to make maybe a ground material, and then we'll make a background material. I'll just set those up. So go in here, find create material, call this ground, and then another one, call this background wall. The background wall, I'm going to start off just as a nice darkish red wall. There we go. And then for the ground, we'll just color pick that for now. I'm going to assign it to both of these. So take our ground, drop it on. I'm going to take the wall color, drop that onto there. And then I'm going to take our camera view and I'm going to angle it down just a bit. I think like, maybe like that. I don't know. All right, maybe I'll just go like that. I think that'll work. Let's see. Let's go to the game view. Let's hit play and let's try it in maximize mode. Oh, get that over there. Maximize on play. Stop and whoops. It tried to go to tutorials. There we go. Got my character running along. I can see the whole top. Oh, kind of do want to pull that up a little bit. Oh, it's what have I done? I drug it all around. Okay, I'll figure it out. Let's get this Vcam aimed down a little bit more. I want to pull the offset down a little bit. Yeah, let's leave it here. I feel like I'm saying yeah a lot because I'm just trying to figure out where I want to position something for no reason. Just gotta have something to say. Okay, there we go. That looks about the height that I want. I want to be able to see a lot of what's coming up above the screen, and not have it. Oh, but I also don't want it. What happened there? Why is it tracking on the character? Drag. Where is that? The why is it? Oh, okay, there we go. Let's play with these, get these right. I realized that it was tracking and moving my character, or moving with the character, which I don't want. I want the character to move back and forth along the screen. There we go, and then track when we're going up and down. Let's fix that up though. Let's go to the scene view again. Let's go find our Vcam. Yeah, and then where's the Lloyd? Where's his position at right now? Get him zeroed out. And then I want to move my towers. Actually, let's see. Let's move Lloyd right about there. And then play. There we go. Looking good. Going back and forth. I need to get the downward tracking right though. So let's go into the Vcam here and then adjust that. So we got the dead zone. Yeah, I don't even want it tracking at all along there. But on the height, I just need to pull that. Let's see what we need to pull that into. And then do an offset on it, I think. Oh, actually, might. Oh, it might be okay. Cool. All right, let's add in some things that we can climb up now. So I'm going to start with just some cubes. I think or actually, let's see if there's some platforms in here. Let's do a quick search and see if we have platforms that we can climb. Platform. Oops, I spelled platform instead. All right, platform. So we've got 1, 2. Okay, well, this is a platform component. It probably moves the platform around is my guess. And we've got 2 different platforms here. Let's take just this regular one and drop it out into the scene. So I'll make the first thing that we have to jump onto be some platform. Oh, maybe I could stick it out of the wall. I don't know. Let's see it in game view. Okay, I want to flatten out this camera. I don't like the getting that perspective there. So I want to adjust that. Oh, that's on my Vcam. Let me go see what I had on my other one again. It's been a minute since I looked at it. So not this one. This was the project I didn't like. Let's go find the one that I did like. On this one, on my Vcam settings, I feel like I just want to copy my Vcam right off of this one. Wish I could just copy a component and paste it across. So I'm just going to pull up these settings right beside, and we'll take a look and kind of copy them over here. So let's see. Oh, whoops. Almost started dragging things around here. I'm going to hide this tutorial tab here, and then let's go into the Vcam settings. So edit tracking the character. It should be using normal framing transposer. Lens was set to what I added on. Close enough there. Everything looks about the same. Body settings. Oh, I didn't have this one offset at all. Why don't I offset so much on here then? Okay. If I remove my offset, and then we had the screen X. Oh, here I had it at 0.5 and 0.5. Maybe I've adjusted some of these settings accidentally, dragging something around that I wasn't paying attention to. I'm going to put this back to a 0.8. So I think these are actually the defaults. Yeah, I just reset everything to default. Let's go try that. Let's see what it looks like though. Okay, so it's close, but my ground's just not showing up. Let's go to the scene view. Where's the bottom of this cube? It's way up there. Let's scale this thing way down again. So make it maybe 200 meters. Drag it up, 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 up. So where do I want to put this at? 100. There we go. So it's right at the base. And then let's jump in and play. Start jumping. So let me see my other view. What was I missing here? Oh, that's what I did. Interesting. I was just looking at my other view and seeing why my background looks different. Not a big deal. I'm not going to change the camera view. Instead, I think what I'm going to do is duplicate this cube, move it down to -100, and then just adjust. Oh, here. So now you see that I've got another one down there. But I'm just going to adjust the color of the bottom part of the ground. Instead of using this background material, and instead of playing with the camera angles, I'm just going to cheat it, and I'll call this ground wall. Or lower. Let's call this lower wall. There we go. So this is going to be the lower piece of the wall, and I'm going to make this more of like a slightly more orangish brown. There we go. We'll assign that to this bottom one. Is that it? Lower wall. Drop it on there. Now I've got my different colored ground area back there instead of dealing with changing the camera angle. A nice flat view. I should be able to jump up onto that platform, but I want to make it so that I can only jump up on, or yeah, I should only be able to jump up onto that platform after I've come back one time. So let's take the platform. I'm going to go select it. Where's my platform? There we go. And then I'm going to move it, I think, just over this way a bit. And I want to drag it out because I feel like it's kind of looking like it's in the wall. Let's go to the game view. That looks okay, but it's a little bit high. Let's take this down to maybe 8 or maybe 7 meters. They're like a 6. There we go. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get to. I want to duplicate it, I think, and make 2 of them side by side so that they're just kind of like attached. We're in brick edit mode, so let's see if I can do this, if it's going to work, or if I'm going to have to. Interesting. Not that easy to snap them. Let me try moving this one. Where does this one move to? Oh, whoops, I'm taking a piece off of it now. All right, so I've got that one there. I really don't like going into brick edit mode. Let's see. Single brick selection. Nope. I want connected brick selection. There we go. And then I think I want to just get out of brick edit mode completely. I just want to place these things. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's just place this freaking platform. All right, let's set it at 7 here on the Y and a 1 on the X and a 0 on the Z. Then I can just kind of copy that here and set this one to a 2. Oh, I went to 6, huh? Let's go to 6. And then 0. Oh, let's copy my values. I'm going to get my platforms next to each other. I just want them to be side by side. You'd think that snapping them together would be easier because they're Legos, but seem to have a harder time doing it when they're Legos than when they're not, which is amazing, right? All right, so let's get these positions right. So I got 2, 6, and 0, and this one will be 2, 6, and 2. No, 2, 6, and whatever's way over here to the left. -6. No, -6.25? -6.5? There we go. Now they're side by side. All right, let's play. I want to run, jump, and make sure that I can snap or jump up onto them. So I shouldn't be able to get to them the first time, but when I come over here, now I can jump up. I can get on the Legos, and I can kind of start to continue on. Okay, I want to get that dead zone adjusted, though. Let's go back into, see, get that. We can go into the Vcam view, go to the game, and then adjust the soft zone width here. I think that's the one I want. No, not soft zone. I want the dead zone width. There we go. I want to crank that out a bit, and I need to move this guy to the right a bit. So this camera's off It's at negative 2.8. I think that's because that's his position. If I set him back down or back over here to the right, at exactly 0. Let's see. Go find that VCam again and adjust that dead zone area, the dead zone width right there. See the little lines? As long as I don't go outside those lines, I expect it's not going to move my character. Or, I mean, move my camera along. There we go. Look at that. I can now jump up. All right, looking good. Now I want to be able to jump off of a wall and onto a thing. So I think that's going to be challenge 2. So the first challenge is just jump up onto this thing, right? So like, can you jump up onto this platform? In fact, let's get rid of the second platform, or let's just move the second platform. The second mission is going to be, can you jump up onto the second platform? So just take this one, maybe move it up to, I don't know, about here, and then duplicate it and take it to the copy and move it over here. All right, that's looking better. All right, now we can run over here and kind of bounce off of this wall. Let's make it so you can go all the way over here to this wall. I'm going to take this one, drag it over here. So it's pretty easy. You run over to the wall, and then you'll do a turnaround. You duplicate that, and then you'll jump up to here. Maybe this one's like right about there. Let's see what that looks like. Let's play it and try again. All right, here we go. We jump. Whoops. Got to bounce off there. Jump up. Turns around. Jump up again, and then I fell down. But I'm starting to get starting to get the ability to build up a little bit of level. So I think we'll build up a quick little level where we can go up a couple steps, or maybe like double the number of towers, go 6 or 12 towers up or something real quick. So you have a little bit of room, and then start putting in some obstacles, some moving things, maybe some collectibles or other things that we can get along the way. I think that having collectibles is probably a good thing, so that way they can just kind of try to jump and pick the things up right at the beginning, and then kind of use that as a practice skill, and then also just have a cool thing that they can show off at the end, how many of the things that they brought to the party or whatever. So let's add in a couple more towers now. I'm going to go find my towers. I'm going to go make a folder for towers, actually. So I'm going to create an empty game object, reset the transform, and I'm going to call this towers. I'm going to add in, I'll just put some equals around it, make sure that's obvious it's going to be a folder. I'm going to duplicate this and make another one for platforms. There we go. And then I'm going to move my platforms underneath the platforms one and my towers underneath the towers one. Pretty simple. My turnaround walls, I don't know where I'll leave those. I'll probably just leave them where they are for now. And then what are my 2 cubes? Oh, these are the environment. Let's make another folder for the environment. So I'll create another empty one, reset the transform, environment, and then we'll take our environment objects and just drag those in there as well. So we got those 2, and then the cube for our ground. That's it, right? Yeah. Okay. So what else do we have to do here? Oh, duplicate our towers. Let's take our towers, select them all. I'm just going to zoom way out. Control D or Command D, holding down Control. I'm just going to take them all and drag them up until they are exactly at the right position. So just zoom here. That's a little bit low. Let's see if I can get it onto my cursor. Hold Control, drag up until they look perfect. Is that right? Just got to make sure not to left click. At least not unless I'm clicking on that little arrow there. All right, so there we go. I've got, let's do one more row of them. So Control D again, drag up one more time, and that looks like plenty of a challenge for a kid or anybody else trying to climb this tower. All right, let's see. Where's the meeting point right there? It's close, but it's not quite high enough. So we'll grab that green arrow, holding Control still, snap it up right into place. All right. Now I just need to increase the size of these turnaround walls. These things are way too low. So I hit T and just drag. I've got them both selected. Both of them selected there. Hit T and you can see I can just, try that again. Drag that line up and it's going to drag both of them up. So there's one on each side and I'm actually just dragging the height of both of those up here all the way to the top. All right. And then at the top, we should have some sort of a reward area, something that they get to that is like the win spot. So, I'll make that out of out of platforms. First, let's just put some more platforms out. So I've got my platform here. Oh, these two got connected. This is the weird thing, duplicating these platforms. All right, let's duplicate that platform, move this one up, and we'll add it right over here. I want to go to a 2D camera mode, I think. Let's see. Let's zoom out a bit. Oh, okay, that's 2D from the wrong view though, because I'm at the wrong angle. Oh, I wish I had turned my world the other way. Let's go back to a 3D view. I bet there's a way to change the 2D view there so that you can see it from the correct angle, but oh, let's just do that. We can just go to ISO view instead. Oh, that's gonna get kind of jacked up too. Okay, yeah, I'm not the best at that. Let's just duplicate this platform and we'll move the duplicate out here and up, and then another one up here, and then another one up here. Or do I want one there? No, let's do the other one here. So you have to bounce off the wall and jump back. Then I'll duplicate that one. We'll do that one over. Oops. Where's my dupe? There it is. Move that over here. So you kind of got to jump again, and another one to go up, and another one, and another. Let's see. I wonder if I can make this so that I can actually complete it. I think just having a couple of them in there. Like this. Let's see. Obviously not the best level building, but I think it's going to work. And then up at the top, we'll have like a winning spot. Like, hey, you won. Here's the party. There we go. That's my winning platform. All right, let's save, play, and see if I can make it up to the top of this tower. So I should be able to run back and forth. Oh, there we go. And then jump up. Whoops, didn't make that jump. Let's see if I can make this jump. Made that one. We jump. Whoa, oh no, I missed it. All right, let's try again. And I think in a few minutes I might take a drink and do a quick publish to a WebGL build so people can kind of play along and try things out if they want. Ooh, okay, so that's not a jump I was able to make. That one right there. Okay, how can I make it so I can make that? Interesting. Okay. Gotta add something there. So you know what I could do is maybe instead of making it so I can make that jump, maybe I should add something else there. I don't know. Should I add something, or maybe I'll make that thing move actually. Let's try that out. We have a moving platform block. And it was this one right here, right? That needed to kind of get into position. Let's see what that platform block does. I'm going to go try it out. I've got a platform block here. I'm going to drag it in. Let's just drag it right into the world here. Let's hit F. And if I go into the Lego editing mode, there we go. I should be able to snap this on, I assume. Just have it kind of like attached to this block. Is that what it did? Did it attach? Yep. Okay. So let's go select that. Okay, cool. It selected the attached blocks. What is that one doing? Go select individual blocks again. The platform action has a distance of 15, a time of 2, and a pause. I think that distance of 15 is probably way too high, but let's hit play and try. I'm going to go into scene view. Let's uncheck that maximize on play. There we go. Then go see it in the scene view. Okay, so this thing's not moving. Definitely not moving this attached object. Oh, wait, maybe it is and it just collided. That's the problem. Yeah, okay, let's set the distance to 2. Okay, it has a pause. Got it. Set the distance up to like a 5. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. I like it. All right, let's copy those settings. So I'm going to right click copy component while we're playing, stop playing, and then watch the settings are going to get cleared out, but then I can right click and paste component values to save them off. Good way to change things while you're in play mode. All right, let's hit play. Well, we can already wall jump right now. Well, I mean, well, we can air. I guess we can't wall jump. We air jump. So we can double jump. So it doesn't actually reset our jumps though when we hit the wall. We could do that though. We could just reset our jump count. Oh, look at that. Whoops. Whoa, I made it up that one. That was a bit unexpected. Okay, I think I'm kind of getting there. I like having the platform one there. Let's try doing one that goes up and down real quick. I want to try adding a platform that just does a different direction, or maybe there was an elevator one, right? Let's see what the elevator one does. I'm going to add that on to one of these. There's an elevator and then an elevator block. Let's go add that block on. Go attach it right here. And then it's got the same settings. Let's set this down to like a 5, a 2, and a pause of, yeah, whatever, a pause of 1. That works. Let's try it. Then I want to add in some collectibles or something that the player can like just bounce around and pick up along the way so that they're not just falling, but maybe when they fall, they're like, oh, hey, look, I fell and I got some, whatever the rewards are that came with this kit. We'll give them some of those. Let's keep jumping, jump, 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 jump. Got that elevator one there. Ah, okay, cool. All right, let's add some collectibles now. Let's add some things that can be picked up. So I think that there are already a couple pickup options available. There's a mini sci. Let's see, models, props, obstacles. Maybe it's in props. Let's see, we got leaves, tiles, obstacles, vehicles, buildings. Maybe it's in the non add-on one. Let's go check that out. So if we go look in the main folder here, we're in assets, Lego, prefabs. It has behavior bricks. Oh, brick collections? No, that's not it. Contraptions. Cool. Environment stuff. Ah, pickups right there. So you've got crabs, crystals, and fruit. I think, did I do fruit last time? I think I did. Maybe I'll do crystals. Or maybe I do a mix of crystals and fruit. Oh, let's just do crystals. Just drop out some crystals. I don't have any green in the scene right now, so let's use green. We got a couple of things that we can pick up. Let's go collapse the towers folder and the platforms tower. And let's make a pickups folder. So right click, create an empty folder, name it pickups with some equals, just so we know it's a folder, and then reset the transform so nothing's offset underneath it. Take our pickups, a crystal, and make it a child. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'll just make more of these crystals. So I think I'll put one right here, like as the first thing that they run over and kind of pick up. So get the idea that they can jump and pick that up. And then we'll just put out a bunch more of these crystals. So somewhere, here, let's kind of zoom out on the map a little bit. Duplicate, whoops. Control Z there. Ah, Control Y. That's the problem. I paste these things and then it gets weird when I put in children. Okay, duplicate. There we go. And then move it. Duplicate. And move. Duplicate. There we go. If I hold down the left mouse button, it's okay. It's when I release the left mouse button that things get weird. And that's what's going on. Interesting. Just holding the left mouse button while duplicating fixes the issue though. All right, so let's hit play. See if I can collect these things. Now they should just be objects that I can pick up automatically. Oh, let's check the position of them because I bet that they're not colliding with Lloyd. We'll go into the scene view. Yep, they're way in the back, and I need to move them all forward. Luckily, I've got them all here as children, so I'll just select them all. Hit W. Get the center. There we go. It's way up there. Get that object, and just move it out so that they're over far enough. A little bit further. Let's see, go find that. There we go. Now it looks like he'll run into him. I'll save the scene. We'll hit play, and now I should be able to go pick those things up. Any second now. Entering play mode. Let's see. Got one. Whoops. Let's see, I got two. I wonder how far I can get now. Ah, I definitely missed that jump. See, I was thinking here, if you fail, like at least you get some reward of picking up some extra pickups. Okay. I'm struggling to make that jump. The moving platforms are probably a little bit too difficult for me. All right, we need an enemy on one of the blocks to jump over. That's not a bad idea. I need jump to conclusions. And what about a wall jump? All right, so let's see what I want to add next. I think I want to make it, first off, it's really difficult for me to beat this. So I think I might want to just, let's see, hit W and move that block over. Get out of that block editing mode. Just move this thing over a bit. Did I just drag off one of the blocks? I think I did. Somehow I popped that little block off of there. Sorry, little block. Get back where you go. Maybe I just delete that one. That's fine. So I got my platform here. Got that one moving back and forth. I want to be able to get to the top. And when I get, actually, you know what? I kind of want to do it. So I'll put in like an action. Maybe I'll put in an enemy first, and then I want to put in an action that gives us like a checkpoint. So as we get up, like, you know, we get to 3 of them up, or 3 levels up, we get a floor there that we can't fall beneath or something. Like once we hit a point, like a floor just kind of goes out across the bottom. Something like that, kind of what I was thinking. Or maybe like some one-way platforms that we can jump up into to make this not so difficult for little ones. So let's see if I can do that now. Let's add an enemy first, because I said I would add enemies first. So we've got characters. What do we got here? Are these guys enemies or are these bad guys? Let's see for what we've got for enemies. Got a script to, or here's the tutorial to add an enemy. Interesting. It's got all the tutorial pages for it. Do they have the actual? Do they have just a prefab setup for an enemy? No. So let's save. Let's just check that tutorial out real quick. So I'm going to save. We'll go in show tutorials. Let's look at the add an enemy one and see how they add an enemy real quick. It should be really simple as my guess. So hit start. Yep. Go to Gallo. Drag him into the scene view. Got it. Hit optional adjustment view. Yep. Select the shoot brick. Got it. Drop that onto him. Connect it. And then hit play. That's it, huh? So you put out a character and then you put a brick on him. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's try that in our scene. So we'll go to Gallo. Oh, here's, look at these behavior bricks. This is interesting. This could be kind of what we need to play with. All right, let's go find that scene though. Let's go to the main scene, assets, and go to my tower jump scene. I don't want to save that change here. And then I'll go find that. Oh, here, let's get out of tutorial mode. I don't need him looking at me. So let's go add one of those guys. Let's go add that Gallo dude. Gallo. Take him. I'm going to drag him maybe right onto here. Put him as one of the dudes that's sitting right up here on that tower. Oh, that probably made him a child of that tower, though. That's a shame. Ah, whatever. Let's add the shoot. So take a shoot brick and drag it out here and then attach it to the top of him if I can. Is that on him? I doubt it. No. Okay, let's drag that onto him. There we go. And then it's got some settings for velocity, accuracy, and all that. Let's just hit play and see what happens. I expect now it's going to shoot things out there that I'll have to dodge or something. Oh, yep. Okay, so that's not bad. That's probably something I want to happen later so that it doesn't happen so often and doesn't kill the player. Let's see. Where's the accuracy lifetime pause? So pause. I think I want to turn that up to like a 4-second pause. And I want to pull this guy way up. So he's going to be like a much higher difficulty dude. Oops, undo that. Let's select this object. Okay, how do I... This is a problem. I need to get this character. Let's see. Let's go to Lego Tools. Go to... How do I select... Because I just want this brick, this guy. But I don't want the thing that he's attached to. So I think I need to find it. It's under towers now, and it got attached to like whatever this tower is. I'm going to select this tower. And then go to Lego Tools. There's got to be a way to break these parent-child relationships easier. There must be something. Okay, there we go. I deleted his feet and now he's detached. There's probably an easier way to do that. All right, let's just move that up though. So I want to move him like way up near the top so you don't see this obstacle dude until you get kind of far along. Put him like, I don't know, around here. I'm just going to drop him up there for now off the screen and then I'll move him on in a second. So I want to add in the safety point now, or something that will keep you from falling down if you go too high, or once you get to a certain point. So once we get up to like this point, I want to level it off, or let's say every 3 towers. 1, 2, 3. So once we get to this tower right here, or once you get to this point, I want to just kind of cut off the landing there so that you can't fall anymore. So let's see what we've got. I think that there might be some bricks that we can use for that. Let's try it out. Let's try a touch. We got a touch trigger. I'm going to add a touch trigger to this one. We'll add a touch trigger to this platform. And then we'll check for the player. And then if we touch it, what are the actions again? Let's see. There's got to be an action. Is there an action to just turn something on? What's a button action do? No clue. Oh, okay. I can see what that does. It looks pretty obvious. Jump on it and it doesn't. It's going to be an input though. Move action. Images, lose action. And okay, there's a lose action editor. Let's go find the action scripts. All right, so we've got move, lose, counter. That just counts them up. Elevator, explosion. You know what? Maybe it'd just be the move action on something else. Why isn't there just an enable action? Let's open up move action. I want to see how we do an enable action. So we got movement action. Movement action fires from a repeatable action, which fires from an action. That's right, which is a Lego behavior. That's right. I remember creating one of these for a second. And then activate calls. Activate calls. Immediately. Yeah, this gets called when the thing gets activated, and then you can check the M active state inside of there, and if it's changed, we can do something. Let's create a new script here. I want to create a new action that's going to be a spawn action. Let's see what spawn action does real quick. I think spawn action spawns enemies though. Let's see, spawn action, building from around. Oh, what? Build from around model, build, pop in, appear, spawn shape, a box. Oh no, I was wrong. I misunderstood what a spawn action does. Let's try that out. Let's go add that onto the platform real quick. Let's find a spawn action. I want to just see it in action, see what it does, and then see if we can just use this. So go attach that. Thank you for the suggestion there. Very handy. Let's try that. Whoops. Go select that single block. I want to just stack that one up. So I've got my spawn action. It's supposed to spawn a doctor. I don't really want to spawn a doctor. I want to spawn one of these things, a platform. So let's go see if I can find the platform. Let's spawn one of these platforms. Ooh, I don't want to go into that custom edit mode. Build from a round model or build from spawn action. I don't know what that means. Pop in or appear. Maybe, oh, I bet it just gets, I get it. It's gonna build, it's gonna throw all the bricks over there at a spot. So then the position, where's it gonna go? Center, it's gonna go up one. I wanna go offset on what, the Z? So that we're like that. And then for the size, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Let's hit play. I wanna see what this does. This might be the way to go. Thank you for the tip. Spawn action requires us not to write any code and just do what we need. All right, so jump up, jump up, jump, 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 and jump. Okay, so I touched it and it didn't do anything. So why didn't it? Oh, but I did get shot and die. Why didn't it do whatever it was supposed to do? So we got a spawn action. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that and just drag it down because there's no reason to keep jumping up there and tagging it. So let's just take our platform here. We'll drag that platform all the way down to the ground. Whoosh. There we go. Let's see, let's pull it up just a tiny bit and then hit play. I want to see if I run over it. I assume nothing's going to happen, but I'm really curious why. Got the touch trigger. I'm touching a connected brick. Oh, there we go. It did work. Interesting. Is it? I think it's just repeating because I have repeat selected. Let's uncheck that and see it. So here we go. Select this spawn action. I'm gonna uncheck repeat. Turn the build time down to 1, and then do I want to? What's collide do? Check for collisions when spawning the Lego model. No, so that should not happen. Those shouldn't snap. Snap to ground. Probably not what I want, but let's see. Orientation specific. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. I wanted that back wall there on that prefab that I selected. And then, oh, let's hit play. Maybe I can just make a couple of those. Now I've got platforms I can jump on, but okay. Let's see. That's close because I want it to happen, but I want it to only happen once. So I don't want it to happen multiple times. Let's see what bricks there are for that. So we got an spawn action. Let's go find the spawn action. That's this one. See what's in this folder again. Got a random trigger, a spawn action, a touch trigger, a pickup trigger, a nearby trigger. Input. Like once I touch that one, let's first I want to change the platform. Let's find the other platform because that one with the wall on it's looking weird. So I'm gonna find the non-walled platform so that it matches. I'm gonna get rid of that rotation offset, and then for the position offset here, I set this to, let's try it at -10. I'm gonna set the height here to like a 1 and the height offset here to 0. Is that? Oh, okay, that puts it up a little bit. So let's set it to -1, -2. There you go. So it should match the platform's height exactly. And then if I move this over, what do I need? Like a let's scale this down. This should be 10. And then maybe a -7, -8. That we're looking at. And then this can scale way down too. to maybe like 4. See what the actual size of that collider is. It's not 4, it's a 6. Nope, 7. All right, which means that this probably goes to 7 too. Let's hit play though and see. I want to see what that looks like for building out a platform, and then I'll just make it build out a couple platforms or something. The problem is that it reruns every time you touch it. Why does that happen? Oh, and do those not have colliders on them? What's with the collisions not working on these? Okay, let's stop playing real quick. I want to take a look at this spawn action one more time. I like what it's doing. It's kind of close to what I want, but I really wanted like an entire floor to fire out instead of just one little object, or like all of these spawn actions to fire out. Just like it drops out all of these floors or something right below and then disappears. But how do I do a disappear or a disable so that it doesn't happen more than once? So we've got a counter, an alive, an explode, a hazard. What does explode do? Removes the bricks. Let's try that. I'm just curious now what that is. That gonna just explode and blow up its own bricks, or is it gonna blow up all the bricks around me? Or is it just gonna kill me and not do anything to bricks because I don't have remove bricks checked? Huh. Yeah, it just blew up everything all around me completely. Okay, that's not what I want. Let's delete out that explode brick. Go find it first and then delete it. All right, and then I'm just gonna add an enable brick. So let's do that. I'm gonna just, or let's make a is there a disable? Maybe there's a disable. There's not a disable brick. Let's just add in a brick that just disables ourselves. So we'll actually create a new action. I'm gonna open up the spawn action, edit script, and we'll just make a new action, kind of like I was about to do before. So I'm gonna go down below, and maybe I'll do it in the same folder that spawn action's in. Make a public class. I'm gonna call this a enable objects, enable objects action, and this will be an action of the Lego action type. I'm gonna zoom this way in so you can actually see it, and let's move it into its own file. So we'll move it to this event, or this enable objects action. We'll add an update. So let's see, is that something we need to override? No. Okay, so we're just going to add in an update. And here we'll just check to see if m_active, so this is the variable that they set to true once we've hit the thing and enabled it or activated it. So if it's active and, yeah, I guess just if it's active, we'll just enable the objects that need to be enabled. So say for each var game object in game objects to enable, and we'll say game object set active to true. We don't have a game objects to enable, but if I hit Alt Enter and hit create Unity serialized field, I can make a list of game objects and then add in the using statement for using system.collections. Let's hit Enter. There we go. Go over to that list. Let's Alt Enter. There we go. Get the import using statement. So now I've got using system.collections.generic, a serializable list of game objects to enable, and we'll just set them to true if this thing's been activated. So I'm going to jump back into Unity and see what else I need. I probably need to override something else for these actions to work, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just gonna go over here and let's create a, let's see, let's go find one of our blocks here. I've got my spawn block. I'm gonna duplicate that spawn block, and then I'm gonna remove this spawn action. So let's remove the component there. And then on this, I'm gonna add in my new action, which was the, what did I just call that? Enable game objects on. Let's go find it again. Minimize. We'll jump back over to Writer. Terrible at remembering the name of things. Enable objects action. Copy that, save, do a build just to make sure that I'm actually compiling. Looks like it's worked. There we go. That worked. Let's jump back into Unity. we'll go attach this script to the new duplicated object or the new duplicated brick, this spawn brick, enable objects action. There we go. And then I want to break the prefab reference as well. So it's under game object, or no, is it under assets? Or I never remember where that option is. Might be under edit even. There's an option to break the prefab. Where is my option? I like blind now. I'm missing it. The option to break the prefab reference under edit. Did they move it? Am I blind? What's going on here? Right click. Let's see. Is it in here? Prefab. There we go. And then unpack it completely. I think it must have moved. Did it move? It moved, or I'm just really forgetful. One of those two. We'll call this an enable objects action. Let's see if this actually works. I'm going to drag this over here, put it kind of on top of these other blocks, I guess. We'll just attach it. There we go. And then I expect that this is going to now trigger off and enable the objects that I tell it to enable. So I'm going to create a couple platforms here that's just like let's start with just this one right here. Let's go out of edit mode. We'll find this one platform. Is it this one? Platform 5? What platform are you? You are platform 1. All right, so we'll enable platform 1. Let's collapse everything else. Collapse, collapse, collapse. We'll find this object here with our... Come on, mouse. Sorry, my mouse is not letting me move around the editor here. Messing with me. All right, we'll go find this one here with the enable objects action, and for the target of the action, the game object to enable, we'll take this platform 1. And I'm going to turn platform 1 off by default. There we go. So it's off. And now if I run over there, if that actually works, I expect it's going to turn the platform on. I haven't made an action before, so this will be the first time finding out. There we go. Yep. Worked just fine. It turned the thing on. Seems good. So another option I could have is have it just build those out and then turn itself off. So maybe I'll do that. Have it spawn out platforms so that we get the cool effect, but then have it just turn itself off as a component. So to do that, I think I'd just go into my, I've got my enable objects action. Let's make a disable objects action. And I'll just disable this component and have it create its stuff or do its thing. In fact, let's rename this to a toggle objects. That way I don't have to create an enable and a disable. We'll make a serialized field, bool enable, and then we'll just set it to either true or false based on what they check in there. Now I don't have to write another script, don't have to make any other changes except for check a checkbox and reassign the reference. So if I go down to my game objects to enable, I can now instead just select the other block. So I want to select my spawner block. Where is that spawner block? Let's see if I can find it. Spawn block. Is it this one? That's the trigger. That's the spawn touch one. So I'll select this action. I'll take this object right there and make that one get disabled. Oh, it's actually disabled by default. So it was checked off or unchecked. Get my words out. So it wasn't going to enable. It was going to disable. So that should just allow it to spawn a platform and then disable that script. Let's see that. That'll actually help me. That'll get me 99% of the way there. Then I can just duplicate this thing a couple times and have a cool platform that spawns out a floor below us. Oh, close, except it needs to disable it after a delay, I guess. Or maybe it just needs to prevent it from calling again. So let's go take a look at that spawn trigger or let's take a look at the touch trigger. Maybe, oh, I'm an idiot. I just unchecked the touch trigger's repeat option. And then I don't need that. Then I can just uncheck this or maybe even delete that enable objects action, hit play, and now it'll probably just touch once, and I don't need all of that extra code that I just wrote. So I can probably just delete it, and let's see if this is good. So I run up, it creates it, only does it once, looks good. All right, let's make it do multiple now. So I have my toggle object one, so I can use that if I want to. But I'm not going to use it, I don't think. At least not yet. Maybe I'll use it for something else. Oh, stop playing. Instead, what I'm going to do is just have it spawn a bunch of platforms and then just only do it the one time, which is probably what I should have done to start. So let's go find this platform. I got platform 6. Let's call this a floor marker platform, because this is going to spawn off a floor marker or a floor area, and then I'm going to drag it out of that platforms folder. Let's make a floors folder or something. I'm going to collapse everything. Let's collapse all this stuff down. It's in towers now. I don't want it in there either. I want to just move it out to the root. Then we'll collapse, create an empty game object. Should be zeroed out, so we'll reset that transform. We'll give it a folder name of, let's call this floors or floor platforms. I expect to have 2 or 3 of these. I'm not sure. And then we'll make this a child of it. I'm going to drag it up here to about where I was thinking it would go, which was what? Like you jump on... No, it was below these. So you jump on this one, and then suddenly you get a floor that goes out next to you. So let's drag it over here so that it's next to the wall. And then let's set up the floor that I want. So I've got the one floor block that's coming out, but I really want to have multiple. I don't want to just have the single block. So I'm going to add in another spawn block. Let's duplicate it, and then let's just move that up. So if I take it, get into block edit mode, I should be able to just drag that one right on top. And then move this one over. So I want to go -3, and then I want to move it over to the left. What, -18? Is that the right value? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but let's create one more and then see if that fills out the floor or not. So let's go select it. We've got my floor marker platform. Let's go find the 1 spawn, the 2 spawn objects, find the 3rd spawn, and we'll just reset this one. Oh. Set the position here to, yeah, I guess -2 and -28. To be offset far enough, is that right? Got our 3 spawns. Oh, and they're all, why are these under a different object? It's a bit confusing. 1, 2, 3. I think these might be at different heights. 2. Yeah, that one's up here. That one's up here. And then that one's down low. So this one needs to come up 1 level. All right. I think that's going to work. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work, but I think it's going to work. I'm going to make it a little bit easier on myself too. And I'm just going to move this platform to, I think, about here. I think that's going to make this jump just easier to make. So let's hit play and try it out. By the way, if you are still watching, please hit the thumbs up button and all that stuff, or go share the stream somewhere. The views are, important, I guess. So it helps a lot if you can share it out there and get it out there for more people. All right, let's run around. We'll jump back and forth. Jump up on this one. Jump on this platform. Get to this platform. Jump up to here. And we can see we've got some platforms appeared, but they were in that was really strange. I'm not sure what's going on with those positions. All right, let's do the enable option instead. Instead of trying to build these out and offset them, because they are not offsetting, right? Oh, snap to ground. Let's uncheck that. Let's try that first. I'll uncheck the snap to ground option on all of these. That's probably what's happening, is they're just dropping down there. And then I'm going to move Leloid up, because I don't want to waste my time jumping up and down. I've jumped up and down enough times. I'm going to take Leloid 1 button. There you go, Mr. 1 button. And we'll drag you right up to here. Hit play, and then I'll jump over and see if we get it. All right, so it was close. We've still got a little bit of weirdness on that offset. Let's fix that real quick. And then we'll figure out where to go from there. Let's see. So we've got this platform here, got this other platform. See, the first one's there, the second one. Maybe if I just move it over there, is that the problem? Is it just too close? I wonder if that's the issue, is that they're just touching each other. So let's see, move that over a little bit. Negative, 19? Let's go to 19 even. Give a tiny little bit of space there. And then on the other one that was at -8, maybe make this like a -9. Or maybe an 8.5. Oh, somebody's saying that they spawn randomly in this area. That could be specific. Spawn area. Ah, point. Thank you. That's the problem. They're spawning randomly in that box. I really appreciate that. I love the comments in chat here. Thank you very much for the tip. So I just needed to change these all from box to point. That makes a lot more sense. And now they'll spawn at the exact points. Let's hit play and verify that. I think that's exactly what we wanted. Thanks again. It's perfect catch. All right, so we get the platforms. There we go. Now we've got lots of platforms. So it's almost what I want. I think I want it to actually become a complete floor though. So I'm going to finish it off as a floor by adding in maybe one more and then adjusting those offsets. We've got it right here. Let's go to a negative 7.5 and then go to negative 15 and then go to negative 22.5. I want to see if that looks right. And if it does, then I'll just add in the next one. So I'd be keeping them 7.5 meters apart. Ooh, close. All right, let's try again, but this time I'll keep my hand on the mouse. Keep clicking, keep clicking, keep clicking. What did I do? Oh, I started playing and stopped. Clicked too fast. All right. Yeah, I think one of the cool things I like about this is that you just get a lot automatically, like cool Lego building. That's not a bad setup. Let's go see where these positions are. So this is where are these blocks at? Let's find it. This one's at negative. This one's at -1. This one's at not 8. So how far over does this need to be? This is actually okay. This needs to go over how many meters? I just want to figure this out for my calculation. I'll just adjust it in there. So this is at 0, and it needs to go to 1. So you basically need to add 1 or subtract 1 from that, subtract 1 from that offset. Is it 1? This one's at -7, and it needs to go to -6. Yeah, so subtract 1 from each of those and then add 1 more in. All right, let's stop playing. I'll go find those positions. We'll reset them real quick. That's on the special platforms. Remember, we had that subfolder of floor platforms. At the floor marker platform, let's just hit F, zoom out a little bit, and then adjust these positions. So the first position was at -7.5. That one was fine. The other two were just off by 1. So 14, and let's go to a 21.5. And I think that should do it. And then I just need one more of those spawn actions. So I'm just going to take that final spawn here, duplicate it one more time. And then let's just change the value from, it was 21.5. We want to go up to, let's see, 14 to 21.5 is a 7.5 increase. So we want to go up 7.5 from 21.5 goes to 29. Yeah. Make sure I get my math right. And then we'll hit play. Jump again and see if we finally got all of the walls there, or all of the floor appearing in a safety area now, so that it's not too difficult and still be kind of fun and interesting and challenging. Very close. So I just want to move this one back over. I guess the position on that one wasn't wrong. It was because this one had moved over that I was thinking it was wrong. So let's stop playing. The platform 3, the one at 21.5. Is it at 21.5? Yeah, let's move this to 22.5. Maybe let's just move it to 22. Let's see what that looks like. And it's really hard for me to visualize things with dots. I know some people are really good at it, but when I see just a dot there, picturing what the block's going to look like filling the area, not so simple. Oh, whoops, what happened here? I just realized something. That automatically fired off too, because this, let's see, it's under here. That's the problem. The spawn action got dragged underneath another child again, automatically. Probably when I duplicated it. So there we go. We'll put it underneath here, save the scene, and hit play. Yeah, a ghost version of the build object would be nice. A little preview on Gizmo or something. And it's something that I could probably add too, but gotta do it. Okay. I mean, this is very close. I guess I still want to go over one more half a meter though on that other floor marker platform. So I moved it to 22. It should be 22.5. Let's do that. So we'll just change it to 22.5. And then assuming that's good, I'm going to duplicate that. We'll put 3 more of them up. Oh, it did still fire that one before too. Oh, where's the I need to find the spawn brick. It's probably not connected. Let me fix that. What is here? Did it it re-added it as a child up there. Let's delete that. Let's go find this. Oh, I bet it's because it moved or something. And it's because it snapped inside of that other brick. Oh, let's see if I can move this brick up. There we go. Snap it right on top. And then just add a -1 to that center offset. There we go. Now they're not on top of each other. I think it's not going to bug out. I think it was because I put them literally at the exact same position. They were stacking into each other, becoming separate objects, and then not using the trigger. Okay, so that almost did it. Let's see. Let's hit play, and this time I'll jump. See if we get the floor. And here, so far, I don't know if I only had to write one little bit of code to turn us around. Everything else has been part of the bricks. There we go. That's the effect I was looking for. Then we can go up higher. All right, we can start working on making bigger jumps. All right, cool. Let's clean this up just a little bit. So here we've got, what is this, a pickup? Why did that pickup act weird? I want to move these blocks kind of out of the way a little bit, or I don't know. Maybe I want to make them, is there a way to make them not visible? That would be nice, huh? All right, let's just drag them over. So I'm going to take them and just move them over here. I'm kind of into the background at least. Of course, that's probably going to adjust all of my offsets, right? Now all my spawn offsets are going to be offset by 1 meter here or something. Wouldn't surprise me at all. So I'll probably have to move my guess is I'm going to have to move those all to a 1 here to move them forward. Let's see, is it? Yeah. Actually, let's see how much moving it forward 1 block actually does. So I'll switch out of that mode. We'll go here, we'll go 1 block forward. Yeah, I think that's, let's go select an individual block. Okay, we'll move it 1 block forward. Is that 1 meter? .65 to -1.1. So it's half a meter. Okay, so I need to move them 0.5 here. So easy enough. I'll just change the center here on all of these to be offset by 0.5. Kind of annoying. I maybe I should have just moved them underneath as like things below. I was just trying to kind of hide them and get them out of the way because it's good to have the blocks, but I don't necessarily want them to stay visible. All right, I'm going to hit play one more time, jump on it, then I'll duplicate these, assuming that's good. And then I think we'll just talk for a little bit more and plan out the rest of the game. Ah! Well, that didn't quite work. I fell to my... That was weird. I fell underneath and this other block... Where is this one? This one got detached. Why did it get detached? Go into block mode. I just want to make sure that thing gets reattached. Okay. And then we'll save, jump. Come on, play. Let's jump over here and see if we can be good ninjas. There we go. Got a wall. Oh, okay, almost got a wall. So it's close, but that first one is still too far away. There's a lot of like little tweaking. I'm not a big fan of doing little tweaks on stuff like this, but I guess we got to do what you got to do, right? So we'll put that at -7. I'm going to put this at -13.5. I'm going to just reduce everything by a 0.5, 8.5, and then, yeah, I guess that was it. All right. With that, I think I'm just going to duplicate this platform now. So I've got this floor marker platform. I'm going to duplicate it, move my dupe here, this floor platform, just select the actual parent object and move that up here. So I wanted to do one every 3 levels. I got 1, 2, 3. I guess that's like 2.5 towers. We've got 1, 2, and this would be another half tower. Oh, let's just go right up to it. Maybe I'll do it right here. Let me see. So make that, or let's make it right below. So that way, if no, I want to go up higher. I was thinking down here so it was a little bit closer, but I think that's a little too close. So I'll just do 2 platforms along the way. I think I'm going to replace that other platform, the one that's right there, this one, with the spawn platform. So let's go select back to the object mode, go find this platform. Which one are you? Platform, where are you? There we are. Platform number 16, you get deleted. And then floor marker platform, you can be promoted. And then I think I'll put it right about here, and then I'm going to delete this platform out as well too. So we've got this other, what is it, 17. Let's just remove that one. Oh, there was another one underneath it too. Nice, 13. We'll delete that too. All right, let's save, hit play, and see if I can actually make it up to the top of the tower now. I think I might actually be able to do it now. If I put Lloyd down here on the floor, just set his Y height to 0, save and hit play, I think I can make it to the top of the level. We'll find out though. I'm sure I'll run into some other bug that I'll want to fix before I get to the roof, but you never know. All right, let's hit maximize and make it nice and big. There we go. Jump up. Whoops. Quick. Go get some treasure. All right. Making it higher and higher. We can make it to this one. I get a safety area. Oh no. Almost get a safety area. Maybe I need that build time to be quicker. I guess I do, because it was so slow that my collider disappeared. I've got an idea. I'm gonna cheat. Watch this. So instead of dealing with the collider issue there, let's just completely cheat. We already made a component, one that enables things. So let's just use it. I've got that. Where is that? Enable on action. Or did I make it into a prefab? Nope. So I'll duplicate my spawn one here. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to go into whatever it is, the block edit mode. We'll attach it real quick. And then I'm going to remove that spawn action script again. Remove component. We'll add the toggle objects action that just toggles objects to either true or false. And I'm going to set something to enabled. So when this thing gets hit, we'll enable it. Now I want to make sure that this object actually snaps down. So I'm going to select my brick, make sure that it's clicked on, and then let's add the object. So I hit plus, but I don't have an object yet. The object I'm going to make is a simple freaking cube. We'll make a box right here. We'll reset the transform position. Then we'll move it way up here so that it's, actually, let's make it a child of this platform. There you go. You are now a child of the platform. Let's reset your height completely so you're at the exact same height as the platform. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Wait, is this that platform? Oh, it is. What do you know? That did work. That's perfect. All right, so I've got my cube here for this platform. I'm going to do the same thing for the other platform, so don't worry. We'll make the change on both of them. I'm going to resize this cube, make it come out to about here, and then I'll make it go out this way and out that way. See? All the way to the end, and then drag it up just a little bit so that it's in line with this thing. We'll disable the mesh renderer, and now I've got a nice collider or a floor that we can turn on. So it calls floor collider. And then here under the floor marker platform, I'll just add in that other action again. So I'm going to probably just do it here and then duplicate it and move it to the other one. So I'll duplicate the spawn, remove the spawn component, add the toggle objects action, assign the object that I've got here. So the object is going to be that new floor child here, the floor collider, and we'll set it to enabled. So I'll just turn that thing on. I'll disable it by default. Pretty simple. And then I'm going to just duplicate this floor marker platform. Let's collapse. Let's copy the component here. I'm going to go to the first floor marker platform. We'll copy the transform, copy component. I'm going to delete it, duplicate the other one, the one that I just modified, and then paste the component values. Now I've got the other one down here, or the copy of it, right below with that same collider on it. Let's see it. Go find that object. Hit F. Okay, it's just not going to let me focus. Let's save, do a build, and see if everything starts kind of working. But yeah, the goal here is we'll get a collider. We'll still get the cool effect, and we won't have to worry about the object not being completely built or anything when we actually go across it. It'll still work as just a normal collider object. All right, run back and forth. Come on, Ninja. Oh, okay. I messed up that. Something's wrong with that one. Let's see. Where's that object? That platform down below. The one that I duplicated. This one, floor marker platform. This thing got all jacked up, huh? What happened there? Okay, let's delete that. Let's try it again. I got my floor marker platform. I think, is the editor just spamming errors? It is. What's the problem? Lego editor on seeing GUI. Okay, it doesn't like one of these models. It is very unhappy about. Interesting. I'm going to add a breakpoint. I'm curious to see what it is that it's blowing up trying to render here and what's causing all these errors. I wonder if it's my new action or something. All right, so we've got the breakpoints attached. Jump back in, clear these errors. Oh, now everything's gone. Great. Now there's no more error. All right, let's go find that platform. Maybe it was because I didn't have the object selected. I think that's it. Yep, there we go. We hit the breakpoint as soon as we select it. So item 1 is a platform action editor and the editor texture name. Okay, platform action. Seems good. I'm not sure I see what the problem is here yet. No exceptions. Okay, well, let's go find the actual platform. Oh, okay, this is the one. There we go. Now we get the exceptions. Generic inspector. Interesting. What is it blowing up from? Specified cast is not valid. Oh, because it's not a Lego behavior editor. Interesting. Now, is there a, let me see what Lego behavior editor is, if there's one for everything here. All right, I'm going to detach. I'm going to disable my component. I just want to verify my thought that maybe it's this other action that I added, that creating the, oh yeah, because my toggle action's not even showing up here, is it? That's got to be related to what's going on here. So expand out. Oh, my spawns are all jacked up. What happened? The whole thing got broke. It's all broken. Oh yeah, my action's not even on here anymore. Oh man. This is not the easiest thing. It just fucking did it again. It just moved them all. Okay, let's go find these objects. I think they're trying to drive me insane here. And we'll see if I can get these things figured out. So we got the floor marker platform that no longer works because everything's all messed up with these spawn objects. The spawn objects got all kinds of jacked up and now everything's messed up. And I don't know why. So I'm going to delete. Now I think I just deleted. Did I delete the whole thing? No, okay. Got the basic object there. Let's clear. Am I still getting errors? No, no errors. Okay, I can use the thing now. It's partially working again. All right, let's try adding on my other block. So I'm going to add a new block. Let's create an empty. Do I want to make an empty one? Let's go select this. I'm going to go find the spawn object. I'm going to just duplicate the prefab. Or, yeah, let's find the spawn one. I'll duplicate the prefab. I'm going to call this toggle objects or toggle game objects. I'm going to remove the spawn action from it completely and add a toggle objects action. All right, now we've got an error here. That looks good. Okay, action editor couldn't be created. The script needs to derive from scriptable object and be placed in the assets editor folder. All right, let's go check that out. So there must be some editor in there. We've got an assets. Let's see. Check out the editor subfolder. We've got custom action folders, trigger action, spawn action editor. Oh, where's like a say action editor? That's simple. Well, why does the say action not have? Oh, speak action. Okay, speak action editor. What does this need? Repeatable action editor. Okay, and then are there different types of action editors? Yep. Okay, we'll just make an action editor for this. I don't like that I have to do that, but it's not a big deal. Public class toggle object editor, and this would be an not a repeatable. Well, I guess it could be repeatable. Yeah, we'll make it. It could be repeatable if we want, and then we'll have it be a custom editor for the type of toggle objects action. Edit for child classes, true. And then we'll add in the missing reference. Wait, why does it say it's missing? Oh, because we're in the other namespace. We'll just namespace it to their extensions, whatever. Instead of adding it in. And, oh, got to add in the closing brace. That one? What are we missing here? Got an extra one there. Okay, cool. So we've got a public class. Okay, and we just need to implement the missing members. So we've got to create GUI. Is that in here? M label style, begin disable group. Why? Okay. Will it just do the base? Let's see. I really don't want to. I don't want to make editor stuff. Maybe do I have to override this? Oh, it's not overridable. Okay. Well, let's move this into its own file and see if that works or if we're just gonna keep getting errors. My guess is that I'll probably keep getting errors and something else will go totally wrong. All right, so let's see. Console, we'll clear out the error log. Jump around, we'll go find our objects. Let's go select the one that I made, the toggle objects one. Ha! No error, looking better. I'm gonna go drag that out now as a block or a brick. So I've got, this is the platform here. Let's just make that a brick right here. So drop it in and then go into snap down mode, just snap it in there. And then expand it out. Oh wait, we don't have our actions though. Why don't we see the actions? Let's go back into the script. I think I'm gonna have to implement something in the onCreate. And then in the onCreate, maybe I'll just go with, is there anything that references something? Let's see, so they do editor GUI, property field, and put in some reference and properties. God, this is not the easiest thing to just go in and extend. Of course, there's probably already one in there. So let's see if I get the repeat property. There's probably already something that just turns objects on and off that I just don't know about yet. I want to see if the repeat option shows up though. We got toggle. I go select my floor marker. Go find my toggle objects action. I still don't see anything. Is there more that we need to do in there? Let's go take a look at the speak action one again. Begin disabled group. Why? Do layout list. And do a property field and a property field. Then end disabled. Why is it? Oh, okay. So it's just disabling it if it's playing, but I'm just going to copy this. I'm literally just going to copy all of these. I want to see what this does. Where's my toggle objects action? Toggle objects action. There we go. I'm just going to paste this. No, in the editor. Toggle objects editor. There we go. And then paste this into our create GUI. Oh, I guess it's over. Paste the entire thing in. We'll generate a field for that label style. Add a using statement, I guess. And then we'll get rid of this list of speech because I don't have that. A dog dreaming, having nightmares. Very interesting. Oh, whoops, I hit play. Didn't mean to hit play. I wanted to just go select my object and see if it works or if I'm loaded up with errors. So stop. Go find my toggle object. Toggle. Oh, yeah, I'm still getting a freaking error. Now, what's the problem here? Oh, you know what? I think did I use a different base class? Repeatable action editor, no. Pause property. What am I missing here? Oh, wait, those are going to be in my repeatable action. Is this my toggle objects? Oh, I didn't make it a repeatable. Duh. Sorry about that. So repeatable action. And better. It got the right base class. Now it should work. Let's see. Or it shouldn't get that null reference exception that the property was missing. Let's hit clear. Go select that toggle game objects again. I'm starting to see some options now. I've got the repeat and the pause option. Let's go back into it and see if we can get the game objects to show up now. So edit the script, and then for the field for that, let's see, what do we have for editors in there? I'm gonna go find the other editors. Toggle objects editor. And then here we've got a timer one, a speak, a spawn action. Let's see how they're drawing the. Maybe I can just do I think I can just do a property field here on my toggle editor. So if I open up my toggle objects editor, we can just do a property field on not the M shape area, but it's going to be our. Let's go back into toggle objects. The game objects to enable. Although, oh, I need to make a property for that inside the editor. Let's go find. So if you look at the repeat property, so the properties are just copied or created like that. So on enable, it's just initializing those, and I'm just gonna go up here. We'll add in. Actually, I'm just gonna create it right here. Oh, do I want it? Let's do it on enable. Override on enable. We'll call into base on enable, and then we'll add a property for game objects prop. Call it M. I'm just gonna follow the naming that they have. Game objects to enable prop. Create a field for it, and then I'll call this underscore game objects to enable. Save that off, and copy that and paste that in there so we get the actual property field. Or the actual serialized property, sorry. And jump in, hit play. All right, we're almost at 100 likes, by the way. If you don't mind and you're still watching, please hit the like button. All right, now we've got our property here for the game objects to enable. I'll hit plus. We'll go find that floor collider, and hopefully my world will be saved and everything will just work. I don't want to do a pause, and I don't want to repeat on this, even though it technically could. All right, I'm going to save that. I'm going to select my object, go to the console, look at that. Still no errors. Still everything looks good. I'm going to get out of brick building mode into just regular object mode. Duplicate that platform. Go find the dupe. Let's see, duplicate is right here. I'm just going to move it down. Let's change it from 91 to 30. And then go find it F. There we go. Got a nice little platform almost where I want it. Just going to move it down a tiny bit more right to, what is it, about here? No, let's go up. Right about here. 35-ish. Maybe it even goes higher than 35. Jump up a couple. Get to there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Let's hit play. I think I finally got it. I think we're finally going to be able to jump up, do some stuff, and I should probably get this all committed into source control. All right, so we run back and forth. We can now jump, pick up some stuff, jump off the wall, pick up more things, jump, bounce. Boing, boing, boing. We're almost there. We're almost to the point where we'll get to get our checkpoint here. Jump up. Checkpoint reached. Okay, my collider didn't work. Let's go check out the collider. So I have a collider under this platform that should have turned on automatically for my character. This floor collider right here. This should have just flipped on. Why didn't it flip on? Well, let's go take a look again. I've got my touch trigger, my toggle. Oh, toggle objects action. I know what's missing. Let's go look one more time at our code. So in the toggle objects action that I made, let's go see that new action. This is just a new block that we've created. The toggle objects action has an option for enabling, whether you want to enable it, true or false. It says true here because there's an instance of it out there that's set to true, but really the default is false. And the ones that you're going to see are false, and you see it's actually updated to caught that. So what I need to do is expose this as well. Let's go into the editor and just make the enable option exposed. So go to that toggle objects editor. I'm going to copy this property, paste it, and here we'll do underscore enable, and we'll just change this to an m underscore enable prop, and then generate a field for it. Got a field right up there, and then finally we'll just draw that field right below. So copy that one, paste it, m underscore enable prop, and now we're good. So I should be able to now turn these things on instead of just turning them off. Somebody thinks my game is stupid. I don't know. This is probably the best game you'll ever see. It's really exciting and a lot of fun. Now, I mean, it's supposed to be a simple game. It's for this jam that's supposed to be for kids, and the goal is getting something that's playable in 30 to 60 seconds or so, so that kids can go in, play it in a real life scenario where they're like walk up there hitting it on an actual button or on a panel in a store or something like that. So it's got to be relatively simple, but also playing with these Lego blocks and trying to get an idea of the micro games. They've been doing the micro game stuff for quite a while, and I've never really dove into it and kind of looked at how it worked. So I figured it would be worth giving it a shot, and it's interesting for sure. It's got some ups and some downs. Some cool stuff though, like those neat blocks that I just got right there. You see my invisible one. I probably should put in that extra spawn, but see, we've got the point there. Oh no, how did I miss that? I bet my collider doesn't go all the way across. Let's fix that real quick and then start to wrap things up for the day, I think. So I want to make these platforms into a prefab first. I'm going to go into the root and just make a prefab out of this platform because I keep making changes to it and I don't like that I have to make the changes multiple times. I'm going to delete the second platform, go up to this top one. Let's go find it one more time. And I want to first find that collider, make sure that it's actually big enough that it covers all the way across. So it's relatively big, but I want to make it a little bit more deep and a little bit wider so that it's just impossible to miss. In fact, I might even make it a little bit, do I want to make it taller? And nah, I think that's probably okay. So it's nice and big though. I want to have this giant collider there. The other thing I wanted to do was get the other platform showing up. So we've got 2 platforms, 1, 2, 3. I need a 4th one. So I'm going to select one of these children here. We'll go find one of those blocks. The spawn blocks. We'll duplicate it, go into that Lego snapping mode. We'll snap this one over here. There we go. And then we'll pick the point for it. So the offset for this is going to be way over about here. Let's go find it. Let's go find the platform root. Oh, where's the, there we go. This default object is the child. Doing that same thing to try to drive me nuts. I'm going to go select that object. I'm just going to move this one. Which one is it that it doesn't like? That one now. Go move this object and then go reattach it. And hopefully I end up with just one set of children. There we go. And then we'll go select it. All right, now I've got my dots. Those look evenly spaced. I'm going to apply my prefab. Wait, did I not make this into a prefab? I swear I made this into a prefab. What happened there? All right, let's delete that prefab. Let's create a new prefab out of it. And then let's duplicate my prefab. Move it down to about 40 instead of 30. Is 40 the right height? Yeah, 40, maybe like 37. and then save, play, and I think we'll be done. We'll have a playable version I can get at least to the top with. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, good. I'm glad Unity likes the micro game. It's cool. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So let's jump up here. See if we can make it up higher. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Jump, jump, jump. Jump, jump. Get that wall. So I've got my safety. Now I can't fall down anymore. And I got the cool effect, which is kind of what I wanted. Now I'm going to see if I can jump off this wall and onto the... Ooh, there's a little block there in the way. I might have to address that. I don't know what I did with that block. I probably broke it. All right. Am I going to make it? Let's see. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, okay. Okay, I've got a little bit of level design work to do there, I think. Oh, maybe not. So close. Okay. Well, you can get the idea. We're almost there, and I think that probably by tomorrow we'll be able to make it to the top of the tower. So I think the plan for today is going to be that we'll just start to wrap it here. We'll go into collaborate, commit this all in so that we're ready to continue tomorrow. And then over the night, I'll do a quick WebGL build. So anybody that wants to play it, if you're signed up for my YouTube, I'll just put up a community post so you can go check it out and play it and try it out. And I'll put it onto the description here as well. And then tomorrow we'll finish it up and maybe get the voiceovers in here, get the audio in, get the gameplay loop in so that you get to the top and get kind of rewarded and get the excitement and all that stuff and have it be, I guess, probably a lot more fun. So let's first just go in and commit into collaborate because it's important to just make sure that we get our stuff into source control. So create a project for it, enable collaborate, and then check it all in. So that way I don't have to worry about losing it if something goes terribly wrong. I did just have a computer blow up literally 2 weeks ago. I did a whole video about it. Don't want that to happen again and end up losing stuff and not be able to continue on. So let's jump in. Almost there. By the way, if you want to do the Game Jam, it looks like it's open until the 5th, although they recommend getting stuff in early. I would recommend just do it now. Submit your stuff right away. And then if you need to make changes, updates, or whatever, you have time to do it and not be trying to rush and get it in at the last second and be unhappy about it. So go check it out. It's totally free. And I think they're giving away some prizes, some Unity Pro subscriptions, some Lego stuff. And then I think they're putting some of the winning games into stores possibly too. I assume that just depends on whether or not they make sense in there, but who knows. Let's say this is our first commit of Lego Ninjago Tower game to get to Lloyd's birthday party at the top. All right, well, thanks again, everybody, for watching. Thanks for coming out here and joining me live. I hope you had fun with this. If you did, again, please just share the video. It does more than anything. If you don't want to hit like, just go out, drop it somewhere, drop it on Facebook, somewhere else, whatever things you share it on. It helps a lot more than everything else, and YouTube loves it, and I love it, and just gets more views. I don't know. Makes me happy. All right, the commit's going. I think we'll wrap it up. I'll just say goodbye one more time. Thanks again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out all the links below, and I will see you tomorrow around the same time.